Hi, everyone. I just wanted to chat to you today about a conversation I literally just had with my husband, in which he stated every one of his customers has become every one of his good customers over time has become his worst customer. And I wanted to know if you felt the same way. Has this happened to you? It's it's a it's a bit of a nasty question, really, but we have both come across customers or clients throughout our careers who went from being, like really good and would want your business and or that would basically pay for your services and would offer a load of business and would refer friends, and then things change. And I do think time changes, and people change, and obviously avenues in life change. So I'm not saying about staying stagnant. I'm not saying that that's a good thing, but we were talking about how people feel that they can take advantage after a while. And it's funny because my husband has come across this a lot, in which he has an electrical contractor business, and he would have clients who are absolutely amazing, and they would come to him for everything, and then either say, like he was saying, like there's one business in particular, and they look like they're moving premises, but they still need their building still isn't up to code safety wise. And so he would go in and they'd ask him to do bits, and he would say, well, to do this you really need to do this, and that will probably in order to get up to safety standards, you'd have to do this and this. And people get a bit annoyed by, not annoyed, but they don't want to spend the money because they don't know where they are, which is fair enough. They don't know where they're going to be in a year's time. They don't know if they're still going to be in the premises. So he keeps getting called back. So it's not malice. It's not like there's no malicious reason to them becoming the worst. It's just circumstance. So they want prices to do things, and they call him back for prices. And because they've been such good customers, he doesn't charge them for these call outs because, they've given him a lot of work over the years. But now it's beginning to dwindle because they're taking up so much of his time by having to go back and forth and basically tell them what they don't want to hear over and over and over again, because they're asking for certain jobs to be done and they're not great jobs. So I wonder what you guys think on this one. Is this Has this happened to you? For me, I find so his clients turn sour because he is lenient with his boundaries. So he doesn't charge for a call out and he's being kind. And then these people take the mickey a bit, like take advantage. That's a real Irish saying. But yeah, they take advantage of his kindness. And they, again, they not because they mean to, because they want bits done and they want their building to be safe, but they also don't know what the future holds. So it's not they're not being bad people. They're not consciously being bad customers, but it ends up just eating his time. And for me, I find, like, when I do anything with the medical aesthetics world, for me it would be, I could have a really good client and they could be coming to me for years, and as they're coming to me for years, then they'll go, oh, I think I'll get this done, and then they'll book in, and then they go, oh, I don't have the money at the minute. And that's fine, but I have that slot allocated to them. And that, like, for me, before I had children, that didn't bother me. But then when I had children, I'm going, hang on, I have to pay a childminder. I like, my time isn't free anymore. While I'm here, I have to pay someone to mind my children. So this is now, like, now you're actually costing me money by not turning up, or by canceling, or by rescheduling. So I get a little bit annoyed, and because they're such good clients, if they've paid say a deposit, I'll move the deposit on, because if you don't, you'll lose the client, which you will. And it's not the fairest if they have given you a bit of business, but however, this client has gone from being a good client to costing me my time, and I can only sell my time once. And another one for me would be, so that would be me bending my boundaries. And then I could have a client who's come to me for a million years. and like from the dawn of time, and they're really, really good. And they bring a friend, or they decide they want a treatment that I don't do because I don't deem it safe enough to do. Um, and they will get the head on and they'll go find someone who will do it. And I've lost a client, but I haven't bent my boundaries. So this is a discussion we were having, that it seems that either way you lose a client. I wonder what you guys think on this. Do you find that either way you'll lose a client? Like, has this happened to you? So like, if you bend and you accommodate these clients or customers who have come to you for a million years and you are very kind to them, it eventually means that they take up way too much time in the end, because they are, as my husband would say, they're tire kicking. You know, when you go to buy a car and you're like, and they're kicking tires, they're just wasting your time. So you have that aspect, or you could end up, you could have, so our conversation kind of went into a bundle of directions, and one was that just with time people go, like, for he had one massive client, huge, when he started out, and now he hasn't done work for them in about 10 years, because they got a builder in who had their own electrical company and everything else. So that was fine. It's just the way it went. So we were saying, about your, not putting all your eggs in one basket. So as time goes on, you will change, your customer, your client base will change, and that's life. But when you bend your boundaries, so as he is doing by not charging them a call out fee, or as I do by allowing people to change their appointments last minute because they didn't get paid, or because or what I have done is allow, and this came back to bite me one time, I would, if there are really good clients who I know very well, I would often treat them and let them pay me later. And that came back to bite me once with a client who I really held in high regard, and she came and had 400 euros worth of treatments done, and then didn't pay, never came back again. When I messaged her, I had a few excuses, and then she blocked me, and I was so hurt. I was so genuinely hurt by it. Like, I left her to it because obviously, she has to live with that. I'm not going to call the police for that. But yeah, that was just one. That's never happened. Other than that, that was just one client. But like, so I have bent to accommodate really good clients, and this is where you come into, at what point does it pay you to do that? So I've always tried to price myself in a way that I wouldn't be, I want to do the job. So even if it's someone who I really like, I have to make enough money that it covers my time. Even if it's a friend, if it's like, the very few people I will do work on for free. And very, very few. I mean, not even my own mother. That's terrible, but it's true, because I don't enjoy doing it. I'll put it off and put it off and put it off if I don't want to do it. And she doesn't benefit. I don't benefit. So what's the point? She ends up just being angry with me because I'm not doing the work that she wants me to do. When the reality is, I don't want to do it because I don't want to work for free and I can't find the time. And, there are too many other things going on. But if she slots into my week and I can give her an allocated session and everything else, then it's just business. It's just the cost of doing business. So yeah, at what point do bending your boundaries, it seems to be, they cost you clients, and not bending boundaries, so sticking to your boundaries, where like me, I didn't want to work with clients, or I did not work with clients. I didn't want to do procedures that I wasn't comfortable doing. I didn't want to do procedures that I knew had a really high complication incidence, and like, if you're up in the 30, 35, 50% of like risk of blindness, or risk of lumps or bumps or scar tissue, I'm not doing that procedure, because all you're going to do is, like, half my clients or whatever are going to come back complaining. So I'm not going to offer something that I can't stand over. So at what point do your customers become bad customers? And is it every customer? So I don't know that it is every customer, because I have people who would come to me, like fair weather customers or clients, and they would come, say, once or twice a year, and they have done for about 10 years, and nothing has ever changed. And I wonder, I wonder, is it everyone, or is it the people who, get loads of work done and they get on this buzz? And I always hate, because I have clients who come to me and they apologize. They're like, I'm so sorry, I haven't been with you in 3 years. And I go, seriously, why are you apologizing to me? Come to me when you want something, if you want something, when you feel you need something, I'm here. You're not under any contract with me. So yeah, I find that always very strange. But any of the customers or clients who come to me and they are full on, who are full on, like, we'll get loads of work done and then I won't see them. They're the ones who can turn bad when you're not matching maybe their price point, or you're not offering procedures that they want. But back to the question. So my husband bends his boundaries. I have bent my boundaries. And then when and the clients have turned bad. And when I don't bend my boundaries, I lose the clients. Can you help me out? Tell me what you think. Has it happened to you? I wonder. I wonder, is it in every industry? So obviously we both do a service-based industry, in which I had my medical aesthetics practice and he has his electrical contractor practice. And I just don't know whether it's just the service industry, whether it's, selling handmade items. Is it just small businesses? Because I feel like if somebody went to Nike, it wouldn't be the same deal, Like I feel like, or if it was a really big company who serviced, their rules are so strict. There's no personal touch, as it were. There's no, oh, what, I could do this, but if I'm doing this, I may as well do this, and that will save you money in the long. There's none of that with a big, massive company. So do they end up just not running into the same problems that small businesses run into? Is this a global thing? Is it an Irish thing? Is it, like, what is it? Is it a big company, small company thing? I'd love to know what you guys think about it. What your opinion is on this, because it's just a discussion we had. I don't know if there's an answer to it. Maybe it's just our individual experiences that kind of match up. But often I find, like, if two of you have the similar experiences, maybe it's a bit more common. Anyway, I have a link below. If you are starting your own business or you want to start your own business, click the link below. The website is learn.thebusinesslounge247.com. And in that, you will find Build Your Business in a Weekend. It's 24 hours. So 2 12-hour days of building your business and getting it off the ground and getting you on the road to making your first buck or two. So let us know how you go, and I'll talk to you soon.